Hey guys, Denise here from Lifecyclett 360, and in today's post I'm going to help you out with your ankle mobility. Why is ankle mobility important? It is as all the joints in the body, but it's mostly going to be used for when you're doing squats or anything that you have to bend over for and go into a stooping position. The problem is when you don't have that ability in your ankles to do its job, you find that it goes up that chain from to your knee to your hips, where we now have to compensate for that immobility happening down there. So, simple trick with this dowel, it's really a broomstick, but with this dowel I'm going to show you some things that you can do once you're trying to work on your dorsiflexion. Not so much the plantar flexion today, but we're working on dorsiflexion. So before I go on to the drill that I'm going to be doing, please subscribe to this channel and set that notification tab on so you will see other upcoming videos that I'm going to be putting out. Alright, so let's get to this drill now. Okay, so I have my mic here. I'm going to just make sure I secure it. And for some reason, I'm not sure why I'm getting all that static with the mic, but it helps to eliminate the echoing in the house right now. I have a pillow on the ground, my dowel in hand, and what you want to do first, you want to get on one knee. Now, the normal positioning that you would have for doing any sort of dorsiflexion work would be either raising the heel up like that, you're working on the front, that anterior tibialis to strengthen that, or you can find where you're getting the dorsiflexion in this way, going forward, trying to decrease that space between the angle, I should say, between this tib fib here and your foot. So we can do that, and by putting the dowel here, what you'll be doing is going forward and trying to be getting your weight this way, and this will help with that talcoral joint or that subtalcoral joint to get it moving a little bit more. I do suggest before you start doing any sort of mobilization on the joints, I would always go for doing some foam rolling first, especially under the foot and that fascia, as well as the calf area, because the soleus is connected to this Achilles tendon, which is connected to the fascia onto the foot, and that if this is tight in the back here, definitely going to have some problems going forward if you're trying to work on this mobility in this joint here. So once you've done that, what you want to do now is use the dowel as a form of assisting you to make sure that you're going one way forward. So you're working on the joint in that way, right? And once you're in this position, I encourage you, unlike me with my very flat feet, make sure that you're on your tripod foot when you're in this position. You want to learn how to do that as well, right? Don't just be pushing down and having the foot drop down like that. Try to keep this arch up as much as possible. So you've done that a few times. You want to hold for as long as you can. And while you're holding in this position, dowel here, you also would like to take some deep breaths. So what you don't want to do as well is you don't want that heel to raise off the ground once you're in this position. See, like I have like the most flattest foot, and you have to be so aware of my knee going in, right? Okay, so you want now, the dowel is going to help you create more mobility, not only straight with the knee straight ahead, but think about if you're doing a squat, and one of the things that is a good cue to do your squats, your knees need to come out, right? Especially when you get into that nice position in the squat. The problem is if the knee wants to go out, so you have good hip mobility here, and you're pushing out that, doing some external rotation here, you'll find that if this is lacking, you might not be able to hold that position. So a good thing that you want to do before you do your squats is a mobilization drill like this, which would be going forward, and also use the dowel right here. You put it on the other side, and that will help you to, you see how the knees are going out, so the dowel is going to drive the knee out that way. So you don't always keeping it straight. And again, make sure your arch is there, drive, get that foot planted onto the ground, and now you can put it on this side as well and go forward. And it's a great tool to use for mobilizing the ankle, and it's something you could do at home too, because one of the things that we don't think about is these preparing our joints, preparing our bodies for movements, right? So guys, if you like this piece of content, information, please leave your comments below, drop some love, drop any questions you have, and share and like the channel. Thanks for tuning in today for a quick one at home with me from Lifecyclett 360. Peace. Take care, guys. Bye.